Yeah, see, we got cameras are pretty mobile. All right, sorry. So just so you guys know, judges are going to be online. So we'll do our best on this.
Are my line judges ready? Is my table ready?
See if we make it last a little bit longer, but figure out there, man. He was like,
Yeah, but if you drift I've been watching
Are my fighters ready? Fighters to the center of the ring.
go, Carlos!
Pay respect to your table. Please acknowledge your fighter. Are my fighters ready? Fight! Hold! Red, point!
Great job, Carlos!
Fighters ready. Fight! Hold! Red, point! Fighters ready.
Doing great.
Fight! Hold! I saw red hit an invalid target. Blue, point. Fighters ready? Fight! Hold! Blue, point. Fighters ready. Fight! Hold! Blue, point. Fighters ready. Fight! Hold! Good honor. Red, point.
Great job.
Fighters ready. Fight! Hold! Blue, point.
Stay close, Carlos.
Fighters
Go
ready. Fight! Hold! Blue, point. 5 points. Please switch positions, fighter. Fighters ready? Fight! Hold! 3 judges. Blue, point. Fighters ready. Fight!
You're doing great, Carlos.
Hold! Blue, point. Fighters ready. Fight! Hold! Red, point. Good honor. Hold. Fighters ready? Fight! Hold! I saw first simultaneous of the match. Fighters ready. Fight! Hold! Red, point! Fighters ready. Fight.
1 minute remaining.
Watch the ring.
Hold. 3 batons, blue point. Fighters ready. Fight. Hold. Blue point. Fighters ready. Fight. Hold. Yep, hold for safety, please. Reset the
Mic check, mic check, mic check, check, mic check, check. Mic check. Mic check.
So our next match is going to be Alan Block versus Mark Perico.
This is a California versus California. This is Bay Area versus Northern California. Actually, Mark Carrico used to be Southern California. He's just moved north, right? So he's trying to set up our Northern California charter.
Ready to rock and roll here. Just miking up here for a secondary recording we're doing. All right, this match is underway, and the first point goes to Red Alan Block, our Champions League champion currently.
Alan is a highly technical fighter, but Mark is deceptive. He looks relaxed, but he has lots and lots of reach, and he will slide in between your defenses every opportunity.
He has definitely been taking advantage of it this tournament. As I've been watching, he's been using his reach to his fullest advantage. Alan is out to a quick 2-0 lead, early on in this match. Good honor call by Alan. 2-1 now.
Fighters ready.
Check.
What about control? Does it take down on control as well?
Hold.
Exactly. Not going to be as precise.
Blue point. Fighters ready. Fight.
All right, tied up at 2 here in the second match of round number 4.
Working on a little
is 2-2.
Red gets the point, goes up 3-2. Looks like Mark's being slightly less aggressive than he was in the earlier rounds.
You know, he's a very relaxed fighter, and he will lean back and he'll look like he's just meandering around the ring and then blow some explosive speed in
Oh, and
at
just
you.
like that, he tied it up at 3.
Absolutely. Allen looks like he's been figuring out Mark's style, and I think he's going to come out with something highly technical here in just a second.
Blue gets another point now. Like 3 in a row. 4-3 holding time. Oh, judging time. We're moving right along. 4-3, Blue with a 1-point advantage.
Allen is a very conservative fighter, and he's not going to give easy targets of his wrists or knees until he's already halfway across the ring. And that explosive speed, he'll be there faster than you can expect. Allen with the long reach, looks like he lost his footing. Seems okay.
Red point, 5-4. Switching sides, time on the clock. I'm sure Allen's all right. Seems good to go. 5-4, Allen with the 1-point advantage.
Audience is very quiet watching these two Titans.
Yeah, not
of
a
California.
lot of excess chatter like in some
Absolutely.
of the earlier rounds.
Letting him have that concentration.
Blue ties it back up at 5. We're just going back and forth here in this match. Has anyone had more than a 1-point lead?
I don't think so. With the
Red,
fast swing,
wow.
Allen on the way in just
What an
misses
exchange.
and
What an exchange.
takes that shot to the arm right over Carrico's swing. Allen trying to find an opening with some flourishes. Mark relaxing, waiting on his opening, waiting on his moment.
Allen's trying to draw him in with that movement, right?
Absolutely. If he can get Carrico to commit, that long reach is going to swing wide, and he'll be able to take advantage of it.
No point awarded. Reset. 6-5. Allen again with a 1-point.
And again with that long reach right into the center of the chest.
Yep, there Carrico again using that reach.
Ties it up 6-6.
1 minute to go in this match.
You know, Allen is the clear favorite, having the world championship, and so this would be a tremendous upset for Mark Carrico if he can make his way through with this. So he has a lot at stake here.
Hey, everyone wants to beat the champ.
Allen trying to maintain.
Simul, red, blue.
Split decision, 2 simultaneous.
Simultaneous called, second of the match, so no points deducted.
The next simultaneous, both fighters will lose a point.
30 seconds to go. We're still tied at 6.
This one's
next
a nail
point's
biter.
huge. This next point is huge.
Carrico goes in for
who
the
gets
knee,
this next
misses, and
match?
rides it right
Oh, it's a
up.
split decision. What did the director see?
Blue around with the glance first.
Blue gets the point. 7-6.
Oh,
5 seconds. Red gets the point. We're going to overtime. Sudden death. Hold on.
time was called. Did the point get in?
Red wins
And
the match.
In the last
8-7.
half second of the match, just before time was called, Allen explodes across the ring and tries to make his way through the rest of the bracket to defend his world
All right,
title.
next to the ring, we have Steve Matson, Charlie Cummings on deck, Christian Capano, and Tom Diamartino. It's Capano.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he hasn't corrected me one time.
You said it 3 different ways.
I'm trying my best.
Dude, that's a...
We're halfway through round number 4. Charlie Cummings, our red fighter. Steve Matson, last year's champion of the tournament in blue.
Are my line judges ready?
Director Riley setting the line judges, setting the table, setting the fighters.
Please enter the center of the ring, fighters. Pay respects to your table.
Now
Pay respects to your fighter.
these two are both Minnesota. They have fought an innumerable number of times.
Fight!
They are used to each other. They know each other's tricks. This is going to be a real interesting fight. Very technical.
Charlie, also known as the Charging Turtle, doesn't seem to be charging in the beginning round, or the beginning moments of this match.
We have a red and blue split decision. I saw a simultaneous strike. First simultaneous of the match. Fighters ready?
The first exchange turns into our first simultaneous.
So, Charlie the Charging Turtle versus bad guy Steve Matson.
Hold! Blue, point!
Blue gets
Charlie
the
on
first
his
point of the
way in.
match. Goes up 1-0.
Steve puts it on his shoulder.
It's our second to last match in round 4.
Red, point!
Charlie gets on the board, tied at 1.
Fight! Hold! Blue hits first. Blue point. Fighters ready.
Blue now up with a 2-1 advantage.
Steve Matson is a very technical fighter. He's a
Blue point. Fighters ready.
he fights Hema with longsword.
Fight!
Charlie has a background in Kendo and Kenjutsu. So there's two styles working against each other.
Hold!
Charlie
Charlie got in there on the wrist.
Charlie makes the run in,
3-2.
makes it work.
Blue with a 1-point advantage.
Hold! Blue!
Steve pushes in, takes that wrist.
Blue declines the point. Good honor. Fighters ready. Fight!
Now, fingers and hilt are not valid points, so I think Blue feels like he got fingers on that one. Charlie charges in, but Blue takes him on the way in before he can make it work. We are at 4-2,
Blue with a
advantage
2-point.
Matson.
Yeah. Blue with a 2-point advantage.
Fighters looking for distance on each other.
Hold!
Charlie pushes
Point!
pushes Matson's saber out of the way and takes the bottom of that forearm.
Fight!
Charlie getting some coaching from the side.
Hold!
Right on the elbow. 5-3.
Point! 5 points, gentlemen.
Switching sides.
Let's start over here. Switch.
Score is 5-3 in favor of Matson.
Run around anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But are my fighters ready? Fight! Hold!
We have
Please
a
hold time.
time hold.
For a-
Charlie's
oh,
armor
little
needs
gear.
retied.
Little gear adjustment. Tell Director Riley to stand on the other side.
Are my fighters ready? Fight!
Charlie is all over the ring, looking for good footwork, looking for good distance. Steve just kind of waiting on him to get in range.
No one wants to make a mistake though. You know what I mean? You don't want to give him that opening.
All right.
Oh, up in the mat.
Excellent.
Red point!
5-4.
Charlie pushes that saber out of the way and takes one to the side of the head for Matson.
Fight! Hold! Good honor! Blue point!
Blue got the point. Good honor on red.
Acknowledging, yes, he got me.
Fight!
I'm going to see more and more of these.
Hold!
Ah,
Oh, Red gets another point, 6-5.
Matson goes for the high block, doesn't quite connect, and Charlie makes it into the shoulder.
1 minute left in the match.
Charlie acknowledging
Good
call
honor on
under the face
Charlie.
mask.
7-5 now.
Time getting short.
Simon, second one of the match.
Fighters ready. Fight. Hold. Red point. Fighters ready. Fight.
30 seconds remaining.
7-6.
30
Time's
seconds
getting
to go.
close.
Hold.
Oh, Red, two call Red.
Charlie to
Red
the
ties
elbow.
it at 7 with under 30 seconds remaining.
It is anybody's game.
There's under 30.
Charlie, the clear favorite here,
10
the
seconds
underdog.
to go. This could be the last point of the match right here.
It's all down to this. Charlie runs it in. The charging turtle takes the thrust to the chest.
The charging turtle lunges. He gets
sir.
past Steve Matson.
You can see it
On
the
to
way he
the
yelled.
quarterfinals. Charlie Cummings goes
The
after
great
that win.
upset. Last year's champion goes to sit down, and Charlie represents Minnesota in the semifinals.
Charlie.
We have one more to the final four.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Just want to make sure.
One more match to go. I'll call it right now.
Absolutely. Christian Canapu.
Christian Kanapu and Tom DiMartino to the ring. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shamam. Happy birthday to you. That impromptu happy birthday was to Shamim's mom, who's leaving, and today is her birthday. As we move on to our last bouts in the semifinals, we have Tom DiMartino versus Christian. Resetting the scoreboard, getting the judges set. Fighters are in the ring and ready.
Terry.
Are my line judges ready?
Thank you.
Is my table ready?
Table is ready.
Tom DiMartino representing California. Christian Canapu, our only fighter this year from New Mexico.
New Mexico,
New
the
Mexico.
Southwest.
Jerry Hazard is the charter rep down there. He wasn't able to make it just this year.
Hold. Good honor. Red point.
Red gets the opening point of the match.
Red is Tom DiMartino.
Blue is Christian
Canapu.
Hold. Good honor. Red point.
Red goes up early 2-0.
Right.
Red's got the reach. Red's definitely got the height and the reach.
Absolutely.
Good honor.
Christian again acknowledging the tap on the
Blue's gonna have to
mask.
find a way to get around that and get through those defenses.
Absolutely. And the sabers bend, so sometimes even if you reach up and you put on a defense,
Hold. Back of hand. Red point. Fighters ready.
sometimes even if you reach up and put on a good defense, the saber will spin around and bend and take that hit anyway.
Hold.
Outstanding.
Blue gets on the board.
Point.
4-1 now, closes
Pushes
the
it
gap.
out of the way, takes the slash to the chest.
Hold.
Lot of speed on Blue's side, but all that reach on Red's side.
Switching sides since it's 5-1 in favor of Red.
Are my fighters ready? Fight. Hold.
Looked like Blue got in there on the shoulder.
Looks like the judges
Or the
agree with you.
bicep.
Hey.
2-5.
Fight.
Blue needs a few points in a row here, though. Oh, and another one.
Looks like he's trying to get it. Another unanswered to the wrist.
Hey.
I think he's
3-5.
adjusted his plan, and his new plan seems to be working to perfection, at least in those last 2 points he's gained.
Sometimes it takes a few minutes to figure out what the fighter's doing and figure out a strategy that works against him. That long reach again takes the face shot on Canapu.
6-3.
Fight.
One more for Tom DiMartino. It is 6 red, 3 blue.
Looks like blue got in there to me. And then
Looks like he's
6'4".
got the parry and counter going for him. He'll push it out of the way.
Hold! Red, point! Fighters ready! Fight!
Right up 7-4 now in the final match of the semifinals.
It is Tom's match to lose at this point, but if Christian can figure out a winning strategy, like the parry counter, push it out of the way and get in range to take the shot to the head. 5-7, still anyone's match. Long reach, looking for an in, took the one to the thigh, another point red, 8-5.
Fighters ready! Fight! Hold! Red, point! Fighters ready!
Point down in favor of red, 9-5.
Fight! Hold!
It looks like red closes it out.
Took that last one to the leg, and
9-5.
that is
That's the end.
Tom DiMartino out of California makes it to the semifinals.
And that concludes round 4.
All right, as we move into our final 4 fights, our fighters have basically just fought. We'll give them a couple minutes to get a drink of water.
There's only 2 matches,
Please
right?
leave the room. As soon as the next fighters report to the ring, we will begin.
How long do they drink for?
5 minutes.
5? No. Let's just,
Okay.
should we go to, hey, do you want them to go to us or do you want to do something else? Because it's a 5-minute break.
Yeah, absolutely.
We should talk Charlie. Let's bring Charlie over here.
Charlie.
Charlie, get over here.
Come around.
So, come around. So we got a 5-minute break before the start of the, what is it? Is it the semifinals when it's down to 2, or is it the quarterfinals? The finals? Because these 2 go for the championship match. Yeah.
I feel just, yeah.
Well, no, will it? No, because we got 2 matches and then 1 more match. Right, yeah. So 2 matches, then 1 more match. I'm Thor. I got Charlie Cummings joining me here. He is one of the competitors, one of the final 4 competitors in TSL number 3. He's also one of the more tenured
Owners.
owners, members, I was going to say. You've been around for a long time. Actually, probably get into the mic there. You can bring it towards you, too. We can move it. So, how you feeling, man?
I feel great, man. I really, to be quite honest, had an uphill battle to get where I am right now. So to get through Jason Newing and then to get through Steve Matson.
No slouches in those 2.
The former champ. I mean, Steve beat me in TSL 2 in the
Yeah.
Champions League fight last year, 2-0.
Right.
So I knew I had my work cut out for him. And as a matter of fact, I told him I've changed a lot of my fighting style based on what I watched him do in his movement.
Me and you were talking earlier in the week about that.
Correct,
How after TSL2 last year, you changed a lot of things.
So, like, this
And
is
look
what
at
we
you
have,
now.
right?
A year later, you've defeated the champion of last year's tournament, Steve Matson. Now you're on to the finals. You're going up against Tom DiMartino. Have you had a chance to watch his fight? Did you watch him versus Christian just now?
I did. Tom is a great fighter. This is the first time I've seen him fight. I've seen him fight a couple of his matches today. It's going to be a really tough one too. I mean, I'll put it this way: there is no easy road to get where we are, and I feel at this point, to be honest, I feel like I'm on borrowed time. So I got 1 more to win, and then I'm in the championship.
And then you're in the
I'm
championship
okay.
match.
Yeah,
You win
I'm
1
okay.
more. You are in the championship
That's
match,
crazy.
sir.
Correct.
That is
Correct.
awesome. That is
But
awesome.
at
I'm
the
so
same
happy
time,
for you.
I know the mountain quite literally that I'm up against. It seems like I'm always fighting against the tallest people in TSL. And,
Well, I mean,
and Tom is another tall one. So.
He is very tall. He uses that reach. I'm sure you have strategies to get around it. I won't ask you to divulge any to us now because there's ears and the match is coming up here shortly. But it's been a pleasure watching you. I mean, your match with Steve just a moment ago was amazing. Your match with Jason came down to the very end. I mean, that was phenomenal.
I mean, it's sudden death pretty much, or game point like tied up both times.
Both times.
So like I said, I'm just elated and over the moon at what's going on.
I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Best of luck
Thanks.
the rest of the way.
Awesome.
I hope this year, champion right here. my
one match
champion.
at a time, and I just need to make
There
the
you
next
go.
one. So
All
awesome.
right.
Thanks, man.
We'll talk to you later. Have a good
Yep.
rest of the tournament. All right, so we got a 5-minute window here before we start up with more matches. We have 2 matches and then the champions match. So we have Charlie Cummings, who I just talked to, versus Tom Diamartino, who we just spoke about. And then we have Alan Block versus David Laudenschlager. The winner of that will be going to the champions match. And then we'll have another match for 3rd place. And that's going to be between the 2 losers of said matches.
Just so you know how we'll run, we'll do those 2 matches. 5-minute break if the fighters want to break because the 3rd place fighter just fought.
Okay.
But as soon as the fighters say they're ready, we go. Right?
So it'll be, Director Riley was just telling me we're going to have the 2 matches, then we'll have another 5-minute break if the fighters want it. Then we'll have that consolation match, and then the 1st and 2nd match right afterwards.
Can I say something?
You can come on over here. Yeah, we got another special guest joining us on our break here. Jared's back now that Charlie's gone, and coming in his wife Melody. Director Melody, go ahead and take my mic.
All right, so it's a little personal, but one of our Florida members, and we just wanted to say congratulations. They just now have their newest addition to the Florida charter,
have,
baby Mace. And we want to just say congratulations to Eamon and Chio.
Eamon
Good
Abdu
job.
is one of our fabulous
That's
fighters
awesome.
in the Florida
Congratulations.
Kyber Knights. And Mace was born a few minutes ago during our quarterfinal
Really?
matches. So
That's awesome.
Brand new baby, the brand new Kyber Knight. So
Congratulations
shout
to
out.
them and their family. That's super cool. That's super cool. So Jared, who do you think? What do you make some predictions here? Let's prognosticate, as they say in the business. Who do you think we got going to the championship match? We'll start with who we just interviewed. We had Charlie Cummings, and we were talking about him versus Tom Diamartino. Who do you got in that match and why?
You know, Charlie has been placing in TSL annual tournaments since TSL annual tournaments began. He is one of our original fighters. He is fabulous, and he always brings it. Tom Diamartino is a complete unknown. He has reach, he has technique, but this is his first time in an annual tournament. I don't know if he's fought in some of the Dark Watch series in California before, but that's going to be a fun match to watch. It's going to be really interesting. I don't know what to expect from him.
Yeah, so just shot in the dark. Who do you got?
Go
with your heart.
I'm gonna put that one. 8-5. Charlie over Tom.
Charlie, you got that with Charlie. All right,
8-5.
our second finals match, we got Alan Block versus David Laudenschlager. What do you think about that one? That one's going to be a technical. That's a very technical match right
Absolutely. Now David has the reach. Alan has the technique, but David, he's no slouch on technique either. He's also another HEMA fighter as well. We're here at Combat Con. He's been fighting in some of the other. He fought in single stick. He fought in the long sword as well. He has lots of different types of strikes and defenses to draw on, and so I really feel like he's going to give Alan a run for his money. That one's a toss-up. Alan has a lot to defend, but David is very hungry, and I think David's really going to fight that one out. I would not be surprised to see that be a 1-point match in David Laudenschlager's favor.
I would love to see that match go to a sudden death or go to a last point win, 9-9. Whoever gets it takes it.
Huge underdog story for that one as well. So
for David versus
I
Alan,
call that one 10-9 David.
10-9 David. So Jared's calling Charlie versus David in the championship match, and Tom versus Alan for the for 3rd place. So we'll see how it all plays out. I actually agree with him, except for I have to think I go Alan over David
Alan?
in that match.
And that's
I think
fair.
to me it's kind of a coin flip.
Absolutely.
And then in the Charlie Tom match, I'm slightly biased. I got Charlie in that one.
No problem. Well, he's hometown Minnesota. You got to cheer for your
me and
heroes.
him, we flew out on the plane together. He's been putting up with me all week, so I got to go with my boy.
You know what I will say is all 4 of these men, I know all 4 of these men personally to be honorable, fabulous people, salt of the earth, the kind of guys that you would trust to help you move into your house or go have a beer with when you're feeling down. So it is a win-win scenario no matter who takes it.
These are not only 4 great fighters, but great men.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Yep.
Just
I
good
think
people.
we're going to be getting going here with round number 4, the finals. Sorry.
Alan Block showing love and respect to his competitor and mentioning.
Getting ready for our first finals match.
Absolutely. Yeah, Alan mentions that the motto of the Saber Legion is united through sabers, and you know, this silly thing we do brings us all together from all over the United States, Canada, Australia, Europe, and brings people together who never might have met in regular life.
All right, Director Riley, readying the judges, readying the fighters, readying the table. Here we go. Blue fighter David Loudenslager, red fighter Alan Block, the current Champion Series champion. Nice hug. Director
Loudenslager
Riley's
in
ready.
blue.
Fighters are ready. We're ready. Let's go.
Alan coming out with the flourishes, looking to bait David in. David doesn't bite. David goes charging in, puts it on his shoulder. Opening point of the match, David Loudenslager. Competitors feeling each other out now, looking to get into distance.
It's early in the match. Early in the match,
That was a shot.
each other out. Like, you know, gauge distance, gauge things.
David went for that thrust. It went a little high. Got into Alan's neck. He declined the point. It was a thrust to the neck. He was aiming for, a lot of times you aim for the chest and it can be blocked up into the neck, or aim for the face and it can be blocked down. So most neck shots are unintentional, but they can't count because it's too dangerous.
Right. Safety first.
Absolutely. And that's why we wear metal gorgets too.
Right.
It's not a valid target, but
The
it ends
gorget-
up there
the
so
gorget,
often.
too, is the thing around the neck.
That's right.
That
That's our,
protects like the
our
throat
neck armor.
neck area.
Still 1-0. Blue.
Simultaneous to the match just got called.
Yeah, even strikes to the shoulder will sometimes go into the neck. Blue to the forearm. 2-0. Now don't discount Alan yet. He's a slow starter in all of his matches, and he will pound out several unanswered points later on.
Three straight points to blue. But like you're saying, it's early. Red get
Looks like a simultaneous.
simultaneous second of the match.
Any simultaneous have points, and both fighters, if they have points to lose, will lose one each.
Red got it there. Red gets on the board now. 3-1 still blue with a 2-point advantage.
Alan has those deceptive fast lunges and can get in under guard if your saber is not directly in front of you.
Finger shot, no points awarded. So what are some of our non-scoring areas, Jared?
So, as we discussed,
Red gets a point. 3-2 now. Yep. Sorry, you were going on about talking about non-scoring.
we talked about the neck, we talked about the groin. It also doesn't count to get ankles and feet or fingers or the opponent's saber hilt. That's the handle part that they are holding on to. So none of those count.
However, I saw Perry with the hilt come around, red striking point, red point.
3-3 now. We're all tied up. Director Riley saw something different than the judges would. He did what
He
the
has
director's
the-
supposed to do in that case and called the point as it should have been.
He's got the closest perspective. David with the long lunge puts it right in his chest.
David goes back on top. David Loudenslager, our blue fighter, killed. Red, black, jacket.
Red point, fighters ready.
David lunged in, and
4-4.
Alan punished his wrist. Alan doing his best to defend, but David chasing it in and working those wrists. strikes in a row, you're going to get one in eventually.
It crashed.
Hold.
We're offline.
Judges call blue point. Fighters ready. Fight. 30 seconds remaining. Hold.
Wow, that was amazing.
Red landing first. Red point. Fighters ready. Fight. Hold. Red point. Fighters ready. Fight. Hold. Simultaneous hit.
Third of the match.
Third of the match. Third of the match.
Third of the match.
Deduct points, 5 each.
Fighters ready.
5 seconds to go, tied 5-5. I'm not talking to anybody. God dang it. Let's back up. We're back up 5-5. Time has just expired, which means we are going to sudden death.
First sudden death in the finals.
Sudden death in the first finals match. Sorry, our live stream crashed, but we're back up and running.
Just a reminder,
Welcome back.
Technical issues.
score by anyone within the first 30 seconds, you will both forfeit the match.
So time is expired, and we went to 5-5 tie. So this is
Here we
sudden
go.
death.
Match
is the first
point,
strike.
sudden death.
Looking for an opening. David with the long lunge can't quite connect. Allen hoping to get in underneath. Allen
Oh! Allen wins it!
and the world champion Allen Block moves on to the finals.
Unbelievable opening match of the finals.
That was as close as it gets, Thor. That was phenomenal.
That was amazing. They're 1-1 in sudden death. David just got on the mic, said they had fought a year ago, and they went to sudden death, and he had won that one. Now Allen just got him back.
Now we keep
A year
calling
later.
Allen. We keep calling Allen the world
All right,
champion.
next to the ring, we have Charlie Cummings and Tom Diamatino.
Now we keep calling Allen Block the world champion. Here's what that means. Annual tournament and the championship series are two separate events. Allen is holding the world championship belt for the championship series and invitational events. He can also win the annual tournament winner belt here, so he can walk away.
He'd have all
with
the
two
belts.
Absolutely.
All the belts. All right, here we go. Charlie Cummings, Tom Diamartino.
The crowd is awake.
Charlie Cummings, our blue fighter, in white.
The
Tom Diamartino, our red fighter, in black.
Charlie from the Minnesota charter, their mascot are the Wampas, and out of the Southern California charter, Tom's mascot is the Dewbacks, and so it is Wampa versus Dewback, and that's what the crowd is yelling about. There's some very, very divided opinions. California and Minnesota have the largest showings here.
Blue underneath.
We have blue point.
We got the underneath.
Charlie on the
Charlie
board.
won.
The charging turtle takes the first point. Tom DiMartino with a long reach to trying to take control of the matches.
Oh.
Takes one to the leg as Charlie's charging in, and it is tied at 1.
Fight. We have red landing first. Judges call red point.
2-1 now.
When both go for a thrust at the exact same time, that's going to fall to Tom most times because he has longer reach.
Yeah, the charging turtle can't really be charging too much in this battle with that reach.
Absolutely, that will stop him. And in this case, he went in, and Tom took a shot to the wrist, making it 3-1 red. Those long lunges, goes for the knee, but doesn't get there fast enough. Charlie connects to the head, and it is 3-2.
Blue. quick blue strike.
Absolutely.
Quick. 3-3 now. We're all tied up.
Tom going for that long reach again, and Charlie punishing his wrists on the way in.
Blue with another point.
That's 2 unanswered, and Blue takes the lead, 4-3. Here's where Charlie's experience and expertise is going to come into play against Tom, a relative unknown from California. When you've been doing this for 3 years, there's a few more tricks you'll know.
5-3, switching sides at 5. Director Riley resetting the fighters. Here we go. Blue is using speed rarely seen.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is a big man who can move deceptively fast.
Charlie is running. He has the cardio. He is a quicker, more agile man than one would lead to be led to believe.
Never know what to look at
right
him,
by his
but
appearance. Exactly.
he's not going to wear out, and he's not going to slow down anytime soon.
No. 6-5 now. Blue still with a 1-point advantage.
Tom cranking back a couple of points on Charlie, but Charlie still maintaining slim lead.
Blue gets in. 7-5 now in favor of Blue. Asked him what his strategy was, but it seems whatever it was, it seems to be working pretty well.
Absolutely, but he's still got a lot of reach to overcome, and Tom DiMartino, he's a little bit quick. He's got those long lunges if he can get in with the right timing.
7-6.
It's
Blue
still a close.
With that 1-point advantage.
Anybody's game.
Elbow shot. The elbow underneath. 8-6 now. Blue with another strike to the head. 9-6 match point for Blue. Can Charlie close this out? Can this Cinderella story?
Crowd is awake. Tom going for those long reaches. Gets one in there, it looks like.
Blue wins the
Charlie
match.
finishes
Blue
it
goes
out.
to the championship match. Charlie Cummings takes the match. Charlie! Charlie! All right, we're going to take another 5-minute break and then have our third place match. And then we'll have immediately after that the championship match.
Okay, is David still in here? How much longer? Yeah.
Terry. Wants me Terry will come sit with Jared and talk for 5 minutes. Terry. In this 5 minutes, will you come talk with Jared and you guys just kind of talk to the live stream a little bit? Can you guys do that? Do you want to do that? Or David Launchstarter. Okay, yeah, get David if we can get David. And then you can interview David. Yeah, sure. All right, cut to us first. Oh, we're back at us. Hey, how's it going, live stream? Thor and Jared back. Those were two phenomenal finals matches. Holy buckets.
Nail biters, both
First
of them.
one goes to a sudden death.
Absolutely. Fighters to the last. Everyone, every single point fought for, all the way to the end of time, all the way to the 10-point mark.
Yeah.
Super close.
Yeah.
Super close.
Oh, both matches were beyond close. Charlie advanced, Alan Block advanced.
Right,
So it'll be Charlie Cummings versus Alan Block in the championship match, and the third place match will be David Laudenschlager versus Tom DiMartino.
That's right.
So we have 2 more matches before we conclude today's action, but we are back again with you tomorrow for the consolation tournament as well as the exotics tournament. So lots more amazing saber dueling action coming at you live from Combat Con at the Flamingo Hotel and Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to get here interview in. Jared's going to take an interview. I'm going to step out and we're going to slide in the interview. So we'll be back momentarily.
You got.
I'll get him in.
No worries. So let's talk about a little about what you're about to see. We have prizes for first, second, and third place. All right. So first, second, and third place will not be allowed to compete in tomorrow's consolation bracket. Everyone else who lost a match today will be able to compete in tomorrow's consolation bracket. I want to welcome to the mic David Laudenschlager. David just competed with Alan Block and with a nail biter right to the end. David, how do you feel?
Fine. I mean, that's kind of how Alan and I matches go. We calculate each other. I mean, as I said, we only fought in one tournament at our second Clockwork tournament in 2017.
Right.
That went to sudden death as well, and I beat him in sudden death.
Right.
So we're kind of even on that regard. I would say that he knows some of my tendencies, I knew some of his, and we both capitalized on those tendencies. So
absolutely.
It was an interesting match in that I kind of had to move outside of that.
Absolutely. Now you say you guys are both very technical. You both know each other's weaknesses. You fought often. Now you mentioned a Clockwork tournament. Is that part of a steampunk? What is that? The steampunk charter?
The steampunk charter, Clockwork Alchemy.
Okay.
Next year in March, in Burlingame, California, we invite TSL members of the martial arts community to come in and fight in a invitational tournament.
Fabulous.
It'll be our fourth one next year. So we're doing that, and I beat Alan in the early pools. He ended up winning that tournament, but I ended up beating him in the pools. It was actually 2-1 after the sudden death. So
awesome.
It was a 1-1 and then 2-1.
So you guys are back and forth all the time then?
Well, yeah. Well, part of the reason I didn't want to fight Alan was because I always said, well, I'm the only one that I've beaten Alan. I don't need to fight Alan ever again. So now it's tied up, so we have to have a reason to fight again.
Fabulous. Okay, so what you've got coming up now, you're going to fight for third place with Tom DiMartino. You just saw him fight Charlie Cummings. How do you feel?
I mean, I'm just going to take it as I see it. I've been nursing a bad shoulder all day.
Okay.
So it's kind of, something I'm just trying to slow down my fights. Like my second fight was a little more intense than I wanted it to be as far as just keeping it healthy.
Who was that versus?
That was versus Jeff Johnson.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But I wanted to. That was kind of I was in a lot of pain. And Ryan, as the gentleman that he was, I said he's he's a little under the weather. I was a little under the weather. We agreed. Let's go. Give him a good show. And we'll do a good match. So. Yeah,
so this is not the only thing that you participate in here at Combat Con. You are also in other combat sports.
Correct. I fought on Thursday in the single stick tournament. I fought on Friday in the rapier tournament Friday night. So I am definitely incredibly tired. and I should keep in mind I wouldn't even consider Standard Saber my primary weapon.
Explain that a little bit.
I more lean towards the exotics and using the pike. Okay. That is more my bread and butter, if you will.
So if you and Tom DiMartino, if you don't progress to third, if you don't make third, are you going to compete in consolation tomorrow, or are you going to save that for exotics later?
That's between me and my shoulder. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Well, you're putting on a fabulous show. We appreciate all your fights today. You're a very honorable fighter, fellow Scotsman. I love seeing you fight in a kilt. You, me, and Charlie Cummings. We're gonna have to get a kilt picture tonight at the Time Travelers Ball. Are you gonna be there?
A little bit. I don't know. I might collapse.
Show up, take the picture, take some ibuprofen, go to bed. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the mic with us. Thank you, and best of luck with your fight with Tom.
Yeah.
And I hope you feel better. Work that shoulder, and then we'll see you again at least in the exotics tournament, correct?
Definitely.
Right.
Assuming barring no unforeseen circumstances, definitely.
Be well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in TSL live stream land, that was David Laudenschlager. He is from Bay Area, California. He is one of our charter reps. He all right. Looks like Director Riley is calling his judges and fighters back, and we're going to get started. We're actually going to start with. I wish I hadn't kept David so long, because we're going to start with our third place fight between David Laudenschlager and Tom DiMartino. So I guess I kept him from getting his armor on. Sorry for that, David. So, okay, again, what we were talking about before, the winner of this one is going to take home a prize saber. They're going to take home a medal. I believe they're going to take home a Ripper, potentially a Ripper blade, maybe. Maybe that's for first place. I'm not sure yet. But they will take home prizes, and they will be ineligible to fight in the consolation tournament because this is a double elimination tournament. You can lose once and proceed into consolation. You lose twice unless you end up in the top 3. That ends up. That's your TSL annual tournament career right there. So. It was fabulous. I actually kept David a little too long. I didn't realize that he was getting ready to do this next fight. So now he's scrambling to armor back up.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll go. We're a little ahead of schedule anyway, so we're actually quite a bit ahead of schedule today. So it's pretty nice.
We've had this is our 3rd annual TSL tournament, and what happens is we had about mid-30s level of fighters for the first 2 years, and suddenly we have 55 registered
54.
fighters. 54 registered fighters this year, and this is the first time we've ever done a double ring scenario, and so it seems to be working out fabulously. We've got, it had been just Aaron Riley and a little bit of Tom Badillo directing in the past, and now we've got a Melody Graham and Kay Sackaway, who have, eminently capable directors who joined.
They did a great job today in the 2 rings.
Joined our crew and have helped things move more efficiently and given Aaron Riley some support.
All right, here we go. I think we're going to go back to the ring here momentarily. Looks like we're getting ready for our 3rd place match. So we should be switching back to the ring right about now.
So again, we have the most amount of fighters we got this year were from California. California is split into 3 charters, but if you count them as all one state, California and Minnesota fielded the most amount of fighters this year. And this is California versus California. This is Bay Area versus SoCal.
Okay.
So
SoCal versus Bay Area. We got David Loudenslager. He's out of the Bay Area.
That's right. He's the charter rep there.
Have,
and, Southern
Tom
California.
DiMartino.
Tom DiMartino. So, Bradle is the Southern California charter rep, and he's calling all of his SoCal folks to get in Tom's corner, give him that support.
Director Riley right around the table, readying the fighters. It's been a long day on the microphone.
Absolutely. You doing all right?
I'm doing real good.
Fabulous.
I'm ready for these last 2 matches and the conclusion of the TSL 3 standard tournament.
To the ring. Pay respects to your table.
All right, here we go.
Pay respects to your fighter.
3rd place match about to get underway. Let's see if the announcer doesn't fall apart before the end.
We'll make it. We got all day tomorrow.
I'll recharge before that. I'll get more caffeine. Here we go.
The long
Looks like Red
reach.
got in there.
Red point, good honor.
First point to Red.
David told me in his interview that he's having some trouble with his shoulder, and so he's nursing an injury that way. But he's able to get in underneath and take that wrist on Tom's way in. So 1-1, we are tied up.
Fighters ready. Fight.
Looks like Tom got a little away from what he normally does in that match with Charlie, so let's see if he gets back on track with what was working there.
Absolutely. He has a very specific style. He has those lunges, those reaches. He's going to try and get into the head and the chest. Sometimes the wrist and shoulders, but mostly head and chest. And of course I say that and he goes for a leg shot.
And he goes low. Split decision. What's the director
Red
calling?
and blue. I saw blue recover faster. Blue point. Fighters ready. Fight.
2-1 in favor of David Laudenschlager. I think that's the first time I've pronounced him correctly.
Hold.
Hey, there's just 54 names. You know how many names I've butchered?
You know, I sat here and called him Laudenschlager the whole time we were having the interview. He didn't correct me once. That's a fabulous guy.
He's got a 3-1 advantage right now.
Hold.
Split decision.
Red.
Judges. Red.
Fighters ready. Fight.
I noticed a piece of these
A lot of nervous energy at the beginning, but the more pressure there is, the more strategic and careful you want to be. You don't want to lose it in a championship to a stupid mistake. You know, day one of these annual tournaments is always a lot more nervousness and a lot more anxiety.
Simultaneous, second of the match. Fighters ready.
Next one will result in a loss of points for each fighter.
Currently 4-2 in favor of blue.
Good honor. Blue, point.
Tom DiMartino indicated to the judges that he got me in the wrist. That makes it 5-2.
Fighters ready. Fight.
Long lunge for David Laudenschlager.
Hold time, please.
Holding time.
Exactly. While blue was faster, the shot did land on the throat. No points scored. Fighters ready?
Honor.
Fighters ready. Fight!
Still 5-2.
Hold! Blue, point! Fighters ready. Fight! Hold! Simultaneous, third of the match. Fighters ready.
They're losing points now. Back to 5-1.
Hold.
We got it.
Fighters ready.
The crowd helping us keep score.
Tom Badillo was our first director at TSL 1. And long reach to the shin for Tom DiMartino. Gets that point, 5-2.
Hold. I saw that as well. While blue was scoring batons, I also saw it hit fingers. Red came over top. Red point. Fighters ready?
5-3.
Fight.
We'll get on a non-scoring target. 1 minute remaining. Go, David. 1 minute to
Hold.
the match.
Red point. Good honor.
Point match.
That is 3 unanswered for red. Tom DiMartino trying to fight his way back.
There's under 1 minute remaining in the match.
Hold.
What did the judges
I
say?
also saw simultaneous. Fighters ready.
So we lose points.
Fight.
4-3 now. 30 seconds remaining. 30
Hold.
seconds to go.
Overextension by Tom DiMartino, and David Laudenschlager punishes his elbow for it.
Under 30 seconds to go. That
And
match.
reaching for those leg shots. Long
With
extensions
under,
to get to those
under 30
shins.
seconds and a 3-point advantage.
And it looks like David Laudenschlager is walking away with it. It is 7-3 blue. Long reach for Tom DiMartino, but will it be enough? 7-4. That is it.
David Laudenschlager is your third place at TSL 3.
And we are going to gear up for the championship match between Alan Block and Charlie Cummings.
Here we go. This is it. This one's for all the marbles.
Alan Block will remain our world champion for the championship series, and now he is fighting for our annual championship.
It's back on us.
Fabulous. So Alan Block is going to remain our world championship for the championship series, and he is fighting today for the annual championship for our annual tournament. He could take home 2 belts today. That has not been done since Steve Matson did it last year. Steve Matson held both belts for a few months there until he lost the world championship to Alan Block. Steve actually brought the annual tournament belt back with him for this tournament, and he gave that up when he lost in the quarterfinals to Charlie Cummings. So, so yeah, this is a double belt match for Alan Block.
Double.
And,
this one's for all the belts.
well, there is a third belt.
There's
Exotics.
Oh, the Exotics
tomorrow
belt,
has
right.
a belt of its own.
Okay.
So those are the 3 belts in the Saber Legion universe. Is Championship Series is world champion.
Yep.
And then this is the
tournament
annual
belt.
champion. This is the annual tournament belt, and then we have the Exotics belt as well.
The
So-
Exotics tournament champion belt.
Right. So if Alan Block competes in Exotics, I believe he is a dual wield. I believe he fights with 2 sabers at once if he chooses to fight in Exotics. So if he wins that, he could be a triple belt. He could take home the TSL Triple Crown,
Yeah.
having never been done
The
before in the history of
trifecta.
TSL.
The trifecta. Here we go.
First and second place for TSL3.
Here we go. This is it. Director Riley making an announcement.
Thank you to all of our fighters, all of our volunteers, all of our vendors and participants, and for Combat Con. Just like I mentioned last year, every year we do this, my fighters have impressed me every year more and more. So many of you are putting in the time and the effort when you're at your charter meets and when you're outside to improve the skill and the honor brought to the fight of custom sabering. So thank you all for your honor, your skill, and your hard work that makes these events possible.
All right, Director Riley readying the table, readying the fighters, readying the judges. A little hug between the fighters. Charlie in white, our blue fighter. Alan in black, our red fighter. Here we go. This is it.
Are my fighters ready?
Fighters are ready.
Fight!
Here we go. No one. Blue gets the first point of the match. Charlie the Charging Turtle versus Alan. Just call him the champ block. Oh, and a beautiful face strike. Red gets the point. We're tied up at 1 now. All tied up at 1 early on in this championship match for the TSL annual tournament. Good honor on Charlie. 2-1 now in favor of him.
Alan going for that long lunge, misses the shin. Charlie does not capitalize. Charlie playing it safe. Takes one to the wrist.
Red, point! Fighters ready!
3-1 red.
Fight!
3-1. Alan with an early 2-point advantage, but it's very early on in this match.
Hold! Red, point!
Red gets the point.
That is 3 unanswered for Alan Block. It is 4-1.
Actually, I think that might be 4 unanswered because Charlie got the opening point.
Charlie backs Alan into the corner and goes for the thrust, but I think Alan popped him on the way in.
5-1. So since the opening point Charlie got, it's been all Alan ever since then.
Absolutely. Allen leaning back a little bit, not taking any chances. The crowd's awake, looking to encourage Charlie. Allen goes for the long leg shot, can't make it work. Charlie punishes him for it.
5-2 now. Charlie cuts the lead to 3.
And again, Charlie comes out fighting. Do not discount him yet. He is still in this game. 5-3 red.
2-point advantage now, which was once 4 is now halved. Blue again, I think. 4-5 now.
Those underneath the elbow shots are deadly.
So Allen had 5 unanswered points. Now Charlie comes back with 3 of his own unanswered
Indeed,
points.
and it is still anybody's game. 1 point.
Simultaneous looked like to me.
Simultaneous.
First the match.
Fighters ready. Fight.
Allen had been relaxed and playing it safe, but he knows he still needs to knock a few in. Charlie charges in and ties it up.
5-all.
You can tell how much he wants it.
Both these fighters. You can't see their faces, but you can just tell.
You can feel the intensity coming off of him. Charlie tries to knock Allen's blade out of the way. Allen recovers quickly and puts it right in his face on the way in. 6-5 red. The crowd is awake. They are loving this close game. They love a nail biter. They love an underdog. Charlie, the clear favorite here. Charlie, the favorite of the crowd. Allen, the favorite for taking it away.
So Archer Riley says no points. We're still 6-5 in favor of red. Oh, blue with a clear.
Allen tries to come in
Ties it up
underneath,
at
and
6.
Charlie puts it down on him. 6-6 tie. Every point counts. Charlie chases it in, knocks his defense out, and takes one to the head. It is now Charlie 7-6, taking back the lead.
Tied at 7. We have under 30 seconds remaining in this match.
It's a back and forth game. Big risk to take a knee and go for the leg shot, but if you know your opponent's going high, they can make it work. That was phenomenal swordsmanship.
8-7.
Allen blocking the lead, 8-7.
Time's got to be
opening with
time
the
is
finishes.
8-7.
Allen Block is your TSL 3 champion by 1 point at the very end. Second place, Charlie Cummings.
All right, with that, we have concluded TSL 3.
Yeah, 10:30. We called out 30 too. That was it. That what an amazing match.
Steve, when we started doing the championship matches, which was my first match, he beat solid. So solid. And then he beat me. No, then I beat you. And then he beat me. Yes. And now I beat you. So we're still even. We're still number 1.
Awesome camaraderie between the two fighters.
You can tell the respect there. They're both phenomenal fighters.
We're going to hand this over to Terry. He'll have a few announcements.
So Allen is now the Champions League champion and the annual tournament champion. Double champion.